Okay folks, we're working on number 22. This is not a question that you need to use real values for, but it is one that you could practice this approach, and one that if you needed to, you could make it work this way. Honestly, all you need to do here is have this phrase that says, which of the following gives the square of the distance? So that's a bunch of language. This is the distance r. Essentially, if you look at this, we're looking for it in terms of these other things, the intensity and the power. Bottom line is r squared is by itself every time. All we're doing is getting r squared by itself. So, I mean, there is a really easy way to do that without picking real values, and that is just move stuff around. So look, move the fewest things you have to move. There's this feeling that you have to leave r where it is and move everything else, but you don't. Look, r is in a denominator. Let's get it out of there. Multiply both sides by r squared over 1. Right, we'll do this. I overdo it with parentheses, but now you really get what's going on. The r squareds cancel. I get r squared I over 1, but I won't write that because I don't need to. P over 4 pi. Divide both sides by I and you're finished. P over 4 pi times I. So you don't have to pick numbers here to get this right answer. But if you wanted to, you certainly could, and for some folks it may be helpful to do that. So I'll go through that. Look, if I have these values over here, I've got to pick numbers for everything in here. Let's pick numbers for the stuff with the fraction, then figure out what I is. We'll make our work with I easy. Let's make, I want to make this easy on myself. So I'm going to first pick an R value. Let's pick R equals 2. So now our bottom is going to be 4 pi and times 2 squared. Okay, that's the same thing as 4 pi times 4, which is 16 pi. So I did 4 times 2 squared. 2 squared is 4. 4 times 4 is 16, and then pi. I'm going to make p a number that makes my life easy, like 32 pi. Why did I pick that? Well, because 16 is doubled as 32. So by making p 32 pi, I've got I to be a nice, easy number. 32 pi over 16 pi is just 2. You can make them whatever numbers you want. Then you would just go through the answer choices and see which one works. So you try out A, which would be 4, and remember r squared, if you wanted to write that down, would be 4. 4, does that equal I, which is 2, times p, which is 32 pi, over 4 pi. And this is 64 pi, cross off the pi, 64 over 4 is not equal to 4. So that's out. And like we said, I think answer choice B ends up being the right answer here. 4, does that equal 32 pi over 4 pi I? 4 pi, and then I is 2. Yes, because that's 32 pi over 8 pi, which is definitely equal to 4. 32 over 8 is 4. You could try out the other ones as well and just figure out that they don't work. So I don't think you need to pick numbers there, but you certainly could. Just the thing is, if you're picking values there, make sure you start with the values that are sort of easy to work with and pick intelligently a number for p such that the pi's cancel. Otherwise, it's not really worth it to pick numbers there.